Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually on day 7 of our 1-week web unit here. And today we're going to be looking at the language PHP and how to just basically display a basic message, both just printing it and using variables to the screen. So we'll go ahead and we'll start in Notepad. And a few things are that, first of all, your page name has to have the file extension .php. So if you still have the file extension of .html or even worse, .txt, you need to make sure that that is .php. Once that's done, the rest of your page is going to look pretty basic. It's going to look like a simple web page, very akin to the other ones that we've built. And after your paragraph tag here, you're going to insert in a PHP code block. And a PHP code block opens with an angle brace, question sign, and then the letters PHP, and then it's closed this way. Now you'll notice that this structure is very different than the opening and closing structure for HTML, such as this, and even for the style and script tags that we've used previously, the PHP block has a very different look. So we're going to come in here and we're going to do the most basic command, and we're just going to say, "Heyo," with PHP. Now, JavaScript, we don't need to have the semicolons, but PHP we do. So once we have this file, because our computers do not actually run and speak PHP, so if I tried to open this file directly, notice that it does not display any of the PHP that we put out. So instead, I'm going to upload this to a web server using FTP, and the good thing about this server is that this server does speak PHP. So if I change my URL, and I go to dts.welovewebdesign.com, now I see that this AO is printed out. Now, if we look at the source code, what's interesting here is that notice that there's no paragraph tag around the PHP around the HEO, and there's actually no markup at all here. And the reason is because in our actual file, we never said we want to have paragraph tags there. So if we want to put a paragraph tag, we're going to have to do things a little bit differently. And in order to do that, we'll look at setting a variable and then how to print it inside of a paragraph tag. So let's say that we create a variable called message. All you have to do to create a variable in PHP is just type the word of the variable you want to create. You don't have to say var like you do in Java, and you don't have to say, you don't have to say var like you do in JavaScript, and you don't have to say string like you do in Java. All you have to say is message. Now, if we close this code block, below it, we could create a new paragraph tag, and inside of it, we're going to put a PHP code block that just says print the message, and then we close it. So now if we upload this file, overwrite the old one, and we refresh our page here, oh, looks like we got an error on line 12. Let's go see what that's about. Oops. You know what we forgot is that to create a variable you need the $sign. So once that $sign is there, then we can upload it. There we go. Okay, and now when we refresh it, the $sign is there, and it says message. And we also have to say $sign here. So we're saying in PHP you need the $sign to show that it's a variable. And once that's done, speak in so many languages here, we forget some of the details of it. And we look at it again in the browser. Now it in fact says the message that we think it's going to. And if we look at our source code, it also has a paragraph tag there. So there we have it, basic way to display PHP on a page.